Hey guys, before I get into this video real fast, I want to give a shout out to my friends over at Teamy Blends for hooking a girl up and sending her some tea. Hi! I had a really awesome experience drinking this Teamy Blends tea. Like I said, I'm not really big into drinking like the fancy teas because I've never found anything to hold true to their name. But hey, I did now. As you can see, your girl been drinking this. It's actually really good. This is my Focus, which if y'all know your girl needs to focus. I've had a lot going on this past weekend and week, and I've just felt really, so like the Focus has helped, and so has the Relax, and I'm so grateful that Teamy Blends sent me some tea to try. I definitely recommend Teamy Blends if you're looking for a tea to give you a run for your money. Definitely them. Their teas are whole, they have great flavor, they have tons of benefits. It's not just about feeling good, it's about making the insides feel good too. You know, your digestion, your mental state, all the good stuff poured into a cup of tea. I just feel like I have more options than coffee, and I'm grateful for that because coffee's not good for you all the time. So this has been my go-to. Cold, and I'm gonna get back in. I'm actually gonna go drink me some right now because I got so much to do. Anyways, if y'all wanna check them out, their link is in the description box below. Go ahead and run over there and check them out. It never hurts to be optimistic and try new things. Okay, so I get a lot of questions about like how I cook on my wood stove and how to like season and clean a cast iron, which I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a cast iron guru, but I've been learning really good lately. So I will show you what I do. So lately I've been like super obsessed with like breakfast food. So we've been having, instead of like a breakfast, it's like a brunch. So like in between breakfast and lunch, but like a super huge brunch, and then we like don't eat anything until dinner. But I've been making like pancakes and sausage and eggs, and we've been eating that. That's currently what I'm making. So I'll show you what I do. I have an egg pan, so I'm going to show you what I do for that. I just cook my eggs in it. Sometimes I put toast in it, but toast really doesn't mess things up, so just let me show you. So here's my egg pan. It's much smaller than my other pan, as you can see. And I just put some Crisco in it. You can use lard or bacon grease, whatever floats your boat. But it's already seasoned, but I always like to add a little extra grease. That way it can kind of season as it cooks. Also, you don't want to throw anything in your pan until it's piping hot, because I've found if you put stuff in before it heats up all the way, it's gonna stick. Even if it's really good seasoned, it just doesn't cook as good as if you make it piping hot. Look at my pancake, and ooh, my sausage. Like legitly likes his eggs fried like crispy on like the edges and stuff, so I always add a little more grease, and I just break my yolk. I typically will set my egg pan right next to our pipe, whatever this thingy is, okay? But I have the pancakes going right there because it cooks way faster if you put it closer to the pipe. But it'll work now, and I'll probably just put a lid over it. It'll be good. It's really hot, and that's the trick to cooking on your cast iron and your wood stove, is get it like piping freaking hot. Like you can see it's going in there. You want it super hot, so like you're like right next to it and you can feel the heat like on your face. Because I found if you don't heat the stove up enough, for one, it's gonna take forever to cook. But for two, it just doesn't cook right. So you want it piping hot, and you can manage your heat with the damper. If you want to make it hotter, open it up a little bit, and it'll continue to blow the air in there, and it'll raise your flames. But
Usually we just throw like 3 or 4 pieces of wood in there and we're good like the whole time I'm cooking, like perfect temperature.
There's Mr. Kitty over there. He's enjoying the fresh sun and the breeze. I don't think he'll go out. Now, one night they did, all 3 of them went out, and I caught the 2 in time and didn't realize the queen was still out there until I heard meowing. So I don't think he's gonna leave, and the girl's out there with the dog. Mr. Kitty! Yeah, kitty kitty! Oh, has nothing for you.
Also, if you can see, we hang our cast irons up behind the wood stove because right now we're running this all the time, so there's like absolutely no moisture collecting on those. And I did notice, like when we moved out here, of course I'm using them more, but like the cast irons stay seasoned better because they're not just in a cold, like moist, damp place like the cupboard, or I would even say under the stove, to be honest.
So here it is. I'll probably move my eggs over here once I cook my pancakes. And my sausage is about done. It's really not hard. And then when I clean my cast irons, I let them cool down a little bit. I mean, it has to be enough for you to be able to, like, you know, get in there and kind of work with it. But it should never be too hard to clean out. Get back. Go.
Cast irons are kind of like a learning process, right? Like I'm still learning, like I've not mastered it, like I'm the young grasshopper, okay? For New Year's, I made cheese dip. And maybe it was because I let it set overnight. That was probably my biggest issue as to why I'm still working on this cast iron to get it like spick and span. But I made cheese dip in it, and that cheese stuck to my cast iron. So I don't know if it's because I let it set, or if it's because at that time I didn't have this pan super seasoned, because usually if it's good and seasoned, like it'll just wipe right out, but that wasn't the case. So it's a work in progress. And of course, as you can see, it gets really hot in here, so we got the doors open, the windows open. But that's the best way to cook, is when it's piping hot. I'm telling you, it's the best way. Since there's no heat setting on the wood stove, of course, you have to really kind of feel that out. What placement is what temperature, you know, medium, low, and high. And like I said, high is going to be right there next to your pipe. Medium is probably going to be up a little bit, kind of like where I got this big pan. And then low is definitely going to be like way out on the edges. But I usually cook mine high, medium, high-ish, usually right up next to the chimney pipe. And that seems to work best, especially with pancakes, because it gets like super golden brown. And I was cooking my pancakes in my egg pan, but then I learned that maybe it wasn't hot enough. I don't know. I'm still playing around with that. Like, I've cooked pancakes in a cast iron before, and they turn out okay. So right now I'm just using my ceramic Tefal pans for my pancakes until I get a really good grasp on that. But the rest of the stuff, I've got it almost mastered pretty good.
Let me show you. See how it's moving back and forth? These should never stick. If you've got it right, they'll never stick. Yes, Paul likes his eggs looking all cooked and stuff. Okay, so then it will just come right out. And it's done. This is Paul's plate. He's a hungry guy.
Hey guys, so due to a series of unfortunate events, the ending of this video is going to be kind of short on how I clean my cast irons, but I will do another video and go into more depth and detail on that, but I still wanted to show you how I clean mine. Okay, so we've got our dirty cast iron, and we're going to throw some granulated salt in there. Now we're going to grab some tin foil, and I know what you're thinking, oh my gosh, that's really abrasive, but I promise you it's all going to work out in the end. So we're going to take our sheet of tin foil, right, and we're going to softly crunch it into a soft tin foil ball, okay? Not hard, not abrasive, just nice and soft. Okay, now we're going to take our soft ball of tin foil and we are going to lightly scrape over the salt. And that's going to be enough abrasion that it's going to get up any of the food that's sticked on there or baked on there, but it's not going to damage our cast iron. I promise this is the best way to do it. It works wonders. Okay, now we're going to get some paper towels. You don't want to use a washcloth unless you have to. The washcloth is going to soak up too much of your oil. You want some oil to be on there to help keep it nice and seasoned. And then we're going to lightly just kind of scrape up some of this salt. If you have to, put it over the trash can and kind of dump the salt out, or just wipe it up. And that's how I clean my cast iron, guys. As you can see, it's nice and clean, and it is seasoned and ready to go for the next time I use it. I'm telling you, this way works wonders. Thanks for watching, guys, and let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to see me cook in a cast iron. And check out my description box. I've got a lot of goodies in there for you guys. Until next time, see you later.